Is the Mumble integrated into the client? Like into the Second Life client somehow? Or is it, I mean, is it just a separate chat program? Am I real quiet? Okay. Let me, look at some more settings. Testing. Testing. That one's not plugged in, so I know it's not that. We'll turn off the... Maybe... Maybe here? Okay. I'm still... Still needs a little adjusting. It's mostly just... I don't talk very loud, so... Yeah, I don't talk loud enough for, for a lot of these things. But I might just use push to talk, honestly. There we go. We'll just use push to talk. What is the button? It doesn't... Push to talk, shortcut. Nope, not the mouse. Nope, 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 remove. We need to add... what am I going to use? We'll use shift, I suppose. No, because that'll end up popping up sticky keys. If it will use the tilde. Okay. So now, hopefully you can only hear me when I push the tilde. And now you can't hear me when I'm not pushing the tilde. Okay, yeah. Because in that way I can not have to talk very loud, and then it also doesn't pick up all the background noise. I'll head over. I'm just like, are we going? Alright. Yeah, I'll just stand still here for a little bit. Yes, I definitely have to do a lot of right-click res fully, right-click res fully on people. Yep, and if you hit the wrong click, then you gotta start over. No, I've definitely accidentally done that. I go to render them, but then I accidentally de-render them, and I don't know how to make them come back other than to restart the client. So no, I say a lot, and I'll say it again that mesh was a mistake. Yes, I think we should have stopped at Sculpties, and I think that would have made for a nice, stable, creative platform that doesn't need all these soft edges, and we could use our imaginations. Yes, the truth is what you're saying, is that mesh itself is good. Mesh is actually good. Yeah, that's part of the reason why I'm not a big fan of it, because of the way it's implemented. I would rather it's a baby bathwater, throw the whole thing out situation. Because yes, Snowbuddy, you are right that when done correctly, mesh is superior, honestly. But the community here, well, I guess in this case I'm talking the Second Life community, where all the assets are being borrowed from, uh, are not able to optimize. So I would rather just throw it all out. I would rather have a fast, sleek, quickly moving, creative, imaginative, colorful virtual world that's, a little bit abstract than what we're trying to do. Exactly. So, we could go back to having, hair that grows out of our heads. We could go back to wearing shoes that are textures on our feet. And we would all be loaded and enjoying ourselves. Yes. Yes. No, that's where I'm at right now. I'm all orange clouds right now. Hell yeah, turn up. Oh no, that's no good. Oh, especially when there's this. Can it be integrated into the viewer? Sounds my my concern is the same concern that you can see right now is adoption. It's hard to get people to add an extra tool to their set. So if they've already got Discord, if you do want to do voice chat, I would suggest using the Discord chat just because that's one fewer step. But I understand the concept of it's their data. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this guy or TeamSpeak or something like that, yeah. Nice. I'm in at the floor. I'm on the floor.
Then there was the 4.
And then there were 4.
This is not working.
I hear you.
Yeah, we
I
hear
hear
you,
you.
Una. Don't you hear us?
I hear you guys, but I don't see myself going green when I speak. So if you can hear me, that's fine. But
For me on this app, it looks like you're green normal, and then you turn blue with like some things by your head when it hears you.
Yeah. It's turned to blue when your level of voice is over the noise level. So that means that you are in voice.
okay.
So yes, this is our very first proper experiment. We're out on the Hypergrid, and here we are.
Yay!
Also in voice. We're not saying anything mean, though, because we do know that Jessica is filming us. So.
Actually, I'm just about to figure out how to get the overlay to work. So that way it can show who's talking.
Oh, that would be cool. Every year there's more and more accessories for whether it's Halloween or Valentine's. Every time it's more and more fancy stuff.
Oh, I love holidays that are themed in the metaverse because I like not really in OpenSim lately, but like in VR generally I get dressed up. I made 3 outfits for Valentine's this year.
Cool.
Hmm.
It looks so pretty. Mal's dancing with Tosca. He'll be so
Oh
annoyed
my
when he
god,
realizes
let me check it. I have to zoom that.
that
Yeah.
that we're in voice and he's voice. He's gonna be angry Mal. This is hilarious.
I see
Oh, I
Mal.
found him.
Yeah. Ah, Tosh and Mal. Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be the shortest blog post in history for me.
We went to a fart
Because
party.
it's just a party, so. But I did get some information from Nasty before, so that we got a little bit of a description of her take on OpenSim. So, good lord, there's always one more person that you got to click on.
Do you see all the people?
I see everybody,
Yeah, right.
but I did lower my draw distance right to practically nothing. So.
I got about 5 clouds left.
Me too.
And plus, I was on the sim earlier, so that might be why.
Okay. A lot of clothes.
Oh no,
Nice.
beautiful.
Clothes.
They're all really fancy dressed. Well, I'll make some gifts, and you can look at them tomorrow. Asian German people dressed very well.
How many people are here?
How am I going to find all these people to tell them to jump to the next place? That's going to be interesting.
Sorry? Sorry?
How am I going to find all of our people to tell them to jump to the next destination? That's going to be an interesting hunt through the list.
Hopefully they'll just have the Safari sense.
Yeah. I was having a look at the map. It's the Italy.
Yeah, it's called Tosca, but
Yeah, but it's the Italy. If you look at the map, you open the map, you see Italy, Sicily, Sardinia, Italy. Nice.
that's a lot of 50, almost 50, 49, I see. It's amazing. Oh Lord, what's the link? Do you remember the link? People are asking me for it.
For what? Link
The link to get to.
for Mumble? You mean?
Yeah,
For Mumble?
yeah.
You can also
Wear the box on your head and let people click it.
Oh, raise the box.
Well,
I
wear
don't
it
think
on
I
your
copied
head.
the box. I might have a copy of the box.
Add it to
Oh, I
yourself.
could try that. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
yeah, maybe the script are working here. Can
Yeah,
you
that's the only problem. I don't know if the box will.
Ah,
I could try it.
That's the problem also for the HUD, Una, because if the script is on the HUD and you go on and you jump on a
Oh no, it
PC
does
or
work. It
reason,
does work.
it's working here. That's fine.
It just doesn't have the original page.
I'm gonna be right
Hold
back.
on, let me see if I can tell.
I get it.
Yeah, no, this is where Jess is precisely right about uptake. You know, this is going to be a slow process of getting convincing people that it's a good idea and trying it, and I totally agree with that.
It's not even so much that it's a good idea, it's just that the average person is very lazy.
Yeah,
You
but that's
have to
how the
put it in.
Safari started, Jess. People being lazy and going, "Oh, I'm not going to do that. It's way too much work." And a lot of them, there was a lot of drop off. And then, but look at us now. Here we still are.
Well, I guess perhaps you do have a group of people that are the kinds of people that like to pick up the slack. You know, the whole 80/20 rule. OpenSim
Exactly.
probably does attract a lot of the 20% that's doing 80% of the work, that sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah, and it's you know after that scare where it was 2 days without VBox, so many people contacted me and wanted to know what they could do about how because on the blog there's an article written by Snow about Mumble and about how the different ways that it could work for OpenSim, varying from the simplest way to the most complicated way, which would be the most complicated being that it should be integrated into the viewer. Not because it's complicated, but because you have to persuade all the makers of viewers to add something to their software which would be compatible on a long-term basis with Mumble. That's the most difficult. And the simplest is what we have going now, which Una has helped with.
Solution 1 is the easiest.
I mean, you definitely want to keep it in the browser as much as possible because that's like the spirit of the platform.
Well, if it could be in the browser, it'd be great. But unfortunately, who makes? It could be in the viewer. That would be great. But who makes the viewer? Not us.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
I
people
don't know
who
enough.
don't really
Yeah.
give a crap about OpenSim, sadly. So that's why you have to kind of find a workaround. But you know, there's already people talking about making modules which would make it much easier to jump from one Mumble channel to another. Exactly. So then it would already be much less like Discord.
And you can also have the 3D effect of the distance for the voice to add of course you need to integrate something somewhere, so or on the OpenSims, that mean a module in the OpenSim, or something with the viewer that is more scalable.
trouble hearing.
Error solution.
I'm having trouble hearing past the background noise.
Yeah, I don't think that the
So it's
sound
quite cool
compression
because you
here
can
is
see
very
when
clean.
somebody joins because no, that's true. Right now it's a little more choppy.
And some of us sound a bit hollow, and there's a lot of
See, Mal was
fuck.
trying to do it, but he says the lag of this sim is making it too difficult. He's grumbling. This is what we're gonna have to overcome. Yeah, all the people grumbling. But they all grumbled when they had to join Discord, so that's part of the game. Oh my goodness, people grumbling. I don't really know what else I can take a photograph of here. It sounds like we've got Darth Vader with us.
Yes.
Is that you?
I don't know.
That's
Could
good.
be. Could be a call from me. I don't know. I hope not.
Mal is also complaining about the fact that people are celebrating Valentine's Day, this is the first time, come on guys, since Safari began that I forced you all to come to a Valentine's Day party. We have never, ever, ever done it before. And I only signed up for it because I thought it would be a good excuse to test Mumble.
These are the holidays of the metaverse. Like these dumb holidays where, you know, instead of spending a bunch of money on cards and flowers at, you know, whoever, dress up for fun, for cheap, almost free, and come hang
Right,
out
that's
with your
true.
friends and
The
have a
trouble is,
party.
there's so many people have don't want to celebrate because they're by themselves.
Uh-oh.
James,
The man himself.
the man of the sun, the master of the sounds. Hi, James.
Can you hear us? We can't hear you yet, but probably just need to tweak the volume. Go into settings. Oh, good.
James, I heard
Yeah, you need to go into
Yes, okay.
settings, James, probably, and just mess with that for a bit.
No,
Oh, yeah, I need to ask Jess about that. I don't know where it is.
Okay, so for push to talk, I actually had to go into the shortcuts in the settings and add a shortcut, and under function you can pick push to talk. And then the dialogue for setting the actual shortcut button is a little touchy, but you'll figure it out. Well, I got the overlay working where it shows the names of who's talking, but now it's showing it twice, so who knows?
Well, there's a huge amount of lag here because there's way too many of us.
My computer's fine. Like, now that everybody's rezzed in, I even had my draw distance up to like 1,000.
Oh, good job.
It just
I
takes
just
a while
can't get these
for things to load.
particles I can't get these particles to all load together. That's the only thing that's annoying me. But maybe I need to turn my graphics back up again. Maybe that would help. Yeah, well, I think that made a difference.
Test.
There he
Hey,
is.
James.
There I am. Okay.
Hi.
All right. Hello.
Hey, welcome.
Yeah. All right. I'll head back to SoulGrid. It's interesting that I see green must mean muted, and blue with lines means speaking.
Maybe it could be.
So Mal isn't
So we
here.
would just
I thought he'd be here with voice right on top of it.
because he's grumbling because he says do it because there's too much lag on the sim. He says, and he can't make it work.
Okay.
Although he says he can't make the browser work. I'm not sure. Anyway, but this would be a good opportunity to do it because there's really nothing else to do here except for
Voice right on top of it.
dance and yeah. So this is so far. Oh, I just I just cammed right onto Mal without realizing it. Danced right past me. This is the idea is that this is the system that will work on the new Safari grid, which is just going to be inaugurated in a few weeks' time.
Oh,
So
really?
if people want to use this instead of VBox, they can.
A Safari grid.
And also it's got a little grid. Yes, thanks to Una. Little one. And the idea is then this could be handy should ever VBox go away permanently. This is like a test example of what a bigger grid or any grid could do in the future to have the use of all the uses of voice basically, but not using VBox. This is just standing here looking. Okay, that's
Looking
good.
at what?
They're just looking at the dancers because they don't know. I'm so busy doing other stuff. I never got around to starting to dance. What? Herman's dancing. That's what we could call this evening. They're so smart though because the way they organize their events so that they don't all overlap and they're not all having competing events, that really is very clever. Because, for example, Pangea Grid, they decided they wanted to do Carnival because the place where Marlon is from they're very big on Carnival. So he did Carnival, and there must have been about 60 people at the event. It was just incredible with all the floats going by, all the different wagons. And that was on Monday. So then instead they have done nothing for Valentine's Day because they knew that Soul Grid wanted to do it. So they kind of sharing the events between them so that they get these huge crowds coming.
Oh, sure. That's a good
Which
idea.
is really smart. Yeah, it's very smart. I wish James would sit on something and I could take a photograph of him and then I could stop taking photos.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Let's see.
Please, just sit down, see if you can find something.
Okay,
Oh my
I can't
goodness.
sit on a heart.
That'll do. I can get a gif of that.
All right.
I'm gonna wait until there it's going now.
I had everything rezzed a while back, but now it's taking
Is it
a
all
while
gone
for
away again?
clothes to come in. Yeah. They're mostly here, I think.
Okay, I got one of Mal and Tosca dancing this view. Yeah, that works. Thank you.
Yeah, I was exploring this week about voice translators in Discord, and I wonder if there's any.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't get the one I found to work. I thought that'd be wonderful if we were in a tool like this, but like the host could speak in their language and then we could see a live translation.
Ei, Bucci. Ei, Bucci,
Wouldn't that
hörst
be
du
cool?
zu,
Yeah,
Bucci?
Google Chrome has some things like that, but it's kind of a.
Komm mal ein
It's kind
bisschen
of a
näher
tricky
ran,
one.
Bucci. Noch ein bisschen näher, noch ein bisschen näher. Jetzt macht die
Like, I've
Boxen
got a
richtig
tool
auf für
for
die
streaming that I use
Stei
right now
Liedle.
that goes through Google to
Leg los.
transcribe what I'm saying. Obviously
yeah,
just
I've
into
seen that.
text, and then you can just throw that into translator. So I guess, but I don't know anything about Mumble add-ons.
The
or
trouble
plugins.
with that is that that really, especially for example German, there's nothing worth it for German. It turns what you've written into absolute garbage, and quite often insulting garbage. English doesn't translate into German if you don't know German, and it can be pretty hopeless. So, speaking as one who has insulted many Germans with my poorly translated remarks.
We're gonna have to come up with a new
So-
language just for the metaverse.
Esperanto.
So, but even if I
there you
translate
go.
something, if I translate something into perfect French, I always write it in Italian before and have the Italian translated into the French, because English doesn't translate very well either. Very often. I mean, it's okay on technical things, but if anybody uses a sort of non-standard jargon or any kind of idiomatic expression, you can get into hot water really fast.
Yeah. I work with a bunch of Spanish translators. It's not easy.
Yeah? No, yeah. Because a lot of it is tone rather than actual vocabulary.
And idioms.
And some idioms can really get you into trouble, yeah. Okay.
Also for the English. Let me just say that.
Right.
Hopefully I'm not running into anybody. I literally just like parked my avatar and
No,
Haven't
they all seem to
looked.
be dancing around you, but
Okay.
not bothering you. Yeah.
so far it looks alright. Make sure I don't like clip through anybody. That might be pretty painful.
Yeah, I've heard that those discs are pretty sharp. So.
Yeah, painful for them, yes.
Looks painful. I don't think it is painful.
Just looks it.
It's like Looney Tunes style.
How is my voice level? I wasn't quite sure with the level adjustments.
So I always lower everybody. It's because everybody sounds really loud to me, but I think I've got my viewer just turned up way loud. But you sound perfect to me.
Okay.
A little bit
Uh,
tinny, but I Una was tinny to me before as well. I'm not sure why. Hold on, who is this
Oh
now?
yeah, I'm using a cheap microphone. I could use my
Oh, okay.
microphone. But Snowbuddy sounded quiet to me.
It's quite for you. Okay, you were a little low for me in volume. Then using the menu, I increase your volume, local volume, by clicking on your name and then local volume. So I was able to increase your voice just for you. So
Okay,
that
yeah, and
way
I just-
balanced you and the other. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I just did the same for you. I found it. Thank you.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, one more interface to learn. This does seem pretty intuitive. It's not too bad. There don't seem to be too many hidden buttons.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Let me switch to another microphone.
Okay.
I'd say I only have a cheap microphone.
Me too. I think this is like a $20 headset.
Same, because I had a nice wireless one that I was using for work, but then it just it was messing up all the time and not connecting. I was like, forget it. I was gonna plug it in.
Yeah, no, I'm plugged in too. Forget it. I like it. I like Bluetooth, but not for the Safari. It's...
Not
Is
taking
this
those kind of
microphone
risks.
working?
Oh
Yes.
boy, yes.
Okay. So this is the microphone I use for in-log review.
Yes, there's
This is
been a
very
change in quality.
Okay, right.
a very
It's radio, FM radio DJ.
Una, you need to adjust your pickup or just turn on push to talk.
Una's doing his impression. In a minute, he's going to tell us that he's Luke's father, I think.
Yeah.
Any minute now, he's going to go, Luke, I am your father.
Or maybe a microphone too close.
Just like that. He's gonna say something like, a football and a new Nintendo and a bicycle. And you'll say, what? I have felt your presence.
Oh my.
All right, hold on. I gotta get a picture nasty. Can I do it? I think I can.
do it, yes.
I'm gonna try. It's also gonna be a picture of Jess.
Nice. Cheese.
Oh, sorry, you have today mambo.
Yeah. It's really a picture of a dancing partner of Nasty mostly, so I might have to just do a photo as well. Gigabytes of gifts at this point, but it's a very annoying dance she does. She just keeps swirling all the time.
Who is this?
Our hostess, Nasty. She's dressed in red. She's at the.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I
Yep.
think I got her that time. This is the problem when you're talking, because then you forget to check the chat. You said, oh, hello to everybody,
agree.
or something.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe for the second hour, we just, at least me, I'll drop out of Mumble and just focus on DJ Alex. Because these guys couldn't care less if we talk, but she will be a bit sensitive.
The sound setup was interesting when it did the spatial test, the voice moving around. That was
Right.
pretty good. And the quality sounds very good.
Yeah, I don't think Vivox sounds any better, to be honest with you.
No, not at all.
What does
So-
it even use the spatial settings for? We're just like in rooms.
Well, I imagine integrating with Firestorm at some point, you'd be able to tell if an avatar was to your right or behind you or to your left.
Well, even if you're not integrated into the viewer, you can be integrated into the Open Simulator code.
Okay,
So
Mumble,
that will give you the spatial, the 3D element.
Mumble is like able to be used in that way. Like you can tie it into another program.
Totally,
and
sure.
then- okay, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Because I mean, obviously, more than OpenSim's got a use for 3D audio.
Well, no,
especially-
because Mumble's used in a whole load of games already, like World of Warcraft and stuff like that. Already just use
Okay,
Mumble.
So
Yeah.
ones that like
Yeah.
that are built in. Because I see what you're saying though. Like chat wise, we used to run a TeamSpeak server back when we were MMOing and that sort of stuff. Same kind of thing, like with
Mhm.
Mumble, and have it all customized out. But unfortunately, now everybody just uses Discord, and that's why the internet is dying. Because there's no more
That
forums.
explains a lot.
It is. That's part. That's why there's no more forums, and that's why that's where a lot of the soul of the internet was. Um, so yeah, now it's all stuck in Discord, and that's why you can't
I mean,
find help on anything
I
because it's
don't
all in
mind. I
Discord.
don't mind Discord. I don't mind Discord in itself, but I do. It irritates me to death with all the pinging. But I
Oh,
just
just got to
think,
get
you
in your
know,
settings.
yeah, no. But then if you belong to millions of groups and you spend half your life trying to mute everything,
Yeah.
and then you always
Every
miss
single
one.
one.
And you're like, where the heck? Which is what's beeping? And then, but it's just it feels like you just need. I mean, I know that Lone Wolf wants to use Discord as his alternative to Vivox on Wolf Territories grid. That's his idea, which is great. But you know, this is open source. Every grid can have their own servers. They don't have to be relying on Discord. They can just be running their own thing and protect it in any way they want. So it just makes sense to at least explore it. Okay, I gotta send the other girl off. Hold on, where is she? Windows. Right here.
Also because it's not Vivox is for the voice as well for Mumble. Discord is a social media in such a way, so you can do a lot of things, a lot of groups, a lot of sharing of images or other stuff.
Well, the idea of Mumble in world is that it would be much less distracting too, because I think it's happened to all of us. You're in Discord and you're in a place, which is great, and you can use Discord. That helps you for certain things, but then other people hop in and start talking to you about something completely different. So if you're looking for an immersive situation, that's not ideal.
Do you know if any regions have like Mumble integrated, or is this just kind of in a this would be cool?
Well, the
Here's
module
hoping.
doesn't exist yet,
Okay.
but the possibility of having different Sims having their own Mumble room, as it were. Yes, already Snowbody's been working on that for some time, so
Cool.
the new grid will have that.
No, because
So that would
that's
be
a
a chance
great
for us
idea.
to test. Yeah, we
'Cause,
want to
like,
test that.
what is the cost of Mumble? Because obviously you can run your own server for Mumble, so I would assume is the cost literally just your bandwidth, um, or is there like a license fee after if you need so many?
It's free. It's
Cool.
free. It's free. If it has license, it's free, totally free, and it's not heavy in terms of CPU usage.
Wow. If it's not that heavy,
Nor memory.
then one of them easy grids like Dream Grid or one of them that do like the all-in-one just double click and now you're on OpenSim. They should add that in there. That way, just anyway. But I know it's easier said than done because things cost money to get done and there's no money. So
Well, the trouble is with Firestorm, I don't even think it's funny because the people they're all volunteers. You know, it's not like if you pay them, they'll work harder. They do what they want to do. If they want, they already have paying jobs, so you're not really going to just persuade them with money because they already have money. They just want to. They're just interested in the things they're interested in. So, and they're not interested in, unfortunately, not interested in OpenSim. So but already one guy who's a German guy who's already built some modules. He already approached us asking if he could collaborate to build a module. Whether or not that'll work out, I don't know. And you'll see everybody. what happened, Jess, was that about a week ago, Snowbody wrote an article about Mumble and explaining the different options and the different possibilities that it offered for OpenSim, and so there's been like an awakened interest in that based on his article, which was on the Safari blog.
That
So
kinda
we're
makes
just
sense.
exploring it.
Because it's like Mumble's.
Yeah, I mean,
Mumble's not new, so
Yeah,
no,
it's
no, but it was. But the thing is, it used to be quite awful, the sound on Mumble. So a lot of people tried it a few years ago and they hated it, so they abandoned it, and then they just assumed it was still awful. But you know, it's evolved. So
yeah. So I wonder. So like, if you've got a machine that's strong enough to run an OpenSim grid, then I would assume your machine could also, just run your little Mumble server as well and use that for your audio. That sounds smart to me.
Just to give you a piece of example, I have here at home Mumble server running on a Raspberry Pi card. You know, I don't know if you know.
Oh, that's itty bitty.
But it's a
So
little
that's
card,
lovely.
like that. Yeah, really, a little
Yeah, yeah.
electronic card. So you know, it mean that is not using a lot of CPU or memory. So it's really easy also to install it. So at the end you can have something like what we are testing now in a short time. Of course, more if somebody explain you some steps, basic steps to install it, and after that you can configure all the audio channel that you want here. You can put some rules. For example, when they are using Mumble for while they are playing some games like World of Warcraft, they create some rooms, audio channel, I mean, and then they stay there based on the teams they are, and so they can speak each other and then to have a talk with other teams and share some other information and do some mission and do something like that. But more than this, of course, you can also use the little chat that you can see here. But of course, it's just a service chat. It's not nothing compared with Discord chat or something like that. Of course. And they use Mumble also with the so-called overlay mode. Overlay mode means that you are able to overlay the Mumble on the image of the game itself.
Yeah, I got that
So you
on
don't
right
have
this second.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But of course that depends on the specific games. If the game is in compliance with the possibility to use the overlay, it depends on the game, yeah. As well as for the 3D effect of the voice.
Yeah, that would be the question: is if how difficult it would be to get the the voice, the spatial audio working, um, with with your actual location within a region. Like, I could understand maybe having each region having its own channel, the same
Yeah,
like you were talking
correct.
about the teams.
Yeah.
You have a channel for each region, but then hopefully
Correct.
within each region, the
You can
spatial
you can go
audio
deep.
will work.
You can go deeper
well,
on,
yeah,
on that.
even parcels can have their own
Exactly.
channel. You know.
That is because the voice is like a tree, so you can have some level. If you see here the level I opened here, it's something like top 3, so all the region in such a way. The second level is the state level. The third level is the region, and maybe you can insert a fourth level for the parcel, for example. Then of course in that case just to use it right now you can have a script in those parcel, and then you click there and you jump automatically in the specific parcel voice. What happened then is that who is in that parcel can have a voice, and while the other are not able to hear you, of course, unless unless they join you in that audio channel. Then it's possible also to change this basic rule, so you can have a voice in a channel that can reach the other rooms, but you have to program all those things with the rules, and that is another story. There's a lot of possibility also for the rules to program it, but this is the first step, first level of the game. I mean, you just use Mumble as it is, but this does not mean that we cannot use it.
No, definitely. Like, I was just even thinking if you move everything to, like, Mumble underneath, maybe you can even move, like, the text chat to Mumble, and then you would be able to access your chats when you're away, because you can get a Mumble client on your phone. So then you can do your chats, you can be in the voice chat, and then when you're back home, you can log into Firestorm and come chat in the actual world. So, that sounds cool. Here's hoping something happens.
Well, this is why we want to make it. We want to try and publicize it. It's obviously today. It's just us, but talk about it in the blog. Talk about it on InWorld Review. Try and get other people thinking about doing it. Of course, Una, he rents regions and whole grids to people, so he's ideally placed if somebody wants a Mumble server. He's done this one. So together with obviously with some help from Snow, so they could just replicate the same idea for other grids. So if you've got maybe I don't know, like that biker grid where we went the other day, Soabad and Siwasis grid, which is just the two of them, they could have Mumble on there, in their clubhouse when people come over riding the bikes, they could use Mumble on that huge sim there. Which is ideal because, the last thing you want to do is have to write everything down when you're trying to ride those motorcycles. So that's kind of the point of it. If we can just get the word out.
It's a little hard to write when you're riding a bike, yeah.
Well, it isn't easy for me to ride it, even if I'm in any case. Okay, everybody's moving over to the other sim now, if you want to go.
Okay. All right.
All right, I'll say some thank you.
Good job.
Yeah, I have a feeling one of these days I'll learn some, I assume, C++? What's all this mess?
C++, maybe?
Or C sharp?
C sharp?
Might be
Which
C
one of the
sharp,
C's is
yeah.
it?
What, sorry? For what?
All of this, OpenSim, them all. Which one is it? I know it's
the
.NET.
OpenSim is C sharp.
C sharp, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
One of these days,
sorry.
I'm going to learn a little. I'll learn some C sharp. There's so many things to learn. There's so much to learn.
Una, if you can hear me, it's time to go. I think he's AFK. It's time to leave the party. Una and Mal, not big fans of big Valentine's Day parties. Okay. Yeah, and everybody made it. And here it all comes. You move.
SoulGrid did pretty well with lag.
Yeah, those German grids are getting insanely good. Yeah. Okay. Wolfgrid Thirza can go now. Thank you very much for your service. Yeah, on Pangea Grid they had all those moving vehicles and 50 people. It was phenomenal. Although when I did arrive, all the vehicles were inside one another, like one big, huge vehicle.
Oh, wow.
And gradually, with the lag, they all spread out and you could see them all again. Okay, I'm going to jump out of Mumble now and leave you guys to it so I can focus on Alex.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, Dan. Bye, guys.
Jessica, what other languages do you know for programming?
Like, I don't like to say HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP.
I think those all count. I mean,
they
it's
do.
all a
I
lot of
just-
similar structure,
I
right?
just that all programming, yeah, is the same. That's the truth. Is when if you know how to make a function, if you know how to make a method, if you know how to do what a loop is, then all you got to do is find out what the syntax is, and you can write code. So, but yeah, I'm trying to think. I feel like I know something else too, but I haven't used it. Like I took .NET in college and stuff, so I probably have
Oh,
that in
yeah,
my brain
wow.
somewhere.
Yeah, and then something like Visual Studio
Yeah.
can really be helpful with the syntax, which is what always gets me.
But yeah, mostly I do web stuff. But I haven't really been doing much programming lately because I've just been doing 3D.
Yeah, I have to
Or
agree.
not.
Yep.
No Python, Excel,
Say that again?
Python language.
I want to
Okay.
learn some Python, mostly because I know it would help me a lot with Blender, because there's definitely a handful of actions that I do exactly the same every time, and I need to learn Python so I can just script it out and I can just push a button and have it do it for me. But that takes time, and there's so many other things. Like I was saying earlier, there's too much to learn.
Yes. I use C and C++ in my daily work.
What are you normally working on?
Well, are some embedded system, so it's based on Linux and some system like that.
Yes.
Apps working there, not for the web, but for some electronic device to be supported. For
Oh, that sounds so interesting, Snow.
yeah, it is. I love it.
Well, I mean, personally, I do like measuring and and those kinds of things, so that actually does sound like it'd be kind of fun. Oh, SQL. I know my SQL.
I haven't written a good query for a long time.
That's very useful for OpenSim.
Yeah. I was like, that's what I was saying. I know there was something else that I know. And I learned BASIC. I know Microsoft BASIC. That's what got me started. Picked that up when I was like 10.
I think when I last worked with SQL, I was really studying regular expressions. Does that make sense to anybody?
Yeah.
It's so powerful, but so confusing too.
No, if I need a regex, I'm definitely Googling a regex maker, so I could just click
Yeah,
a couple
someone who's
things.
done it before. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Very powerful, but very low readable.
Yeah, for troubleshooting.
Yeah. I'm most working on a real-time system with some so proprietary protocols communicating, putting communication some units. So it's a lot of fun and a lot of trouble sometimes because of course they work and then they no work more. So okay, what happened there? And yes. So what I mean is I not normally I do not program in C# as Open Simulator work, but I know the C#, and I know part of the code of OpenSim, but not all of it because it's very huge.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I am at the point in I know about OpenSim. I can get it running. If something stops working, I have to shut it down and start from scratch. Stuck. Okay, there we go. Traffic.
Sometimes I get so lost on Safari.
I'm stuck in this traffic. We got a traffic blockage here.
Yeah, is this where we're supposed to be? Okay, this is Fairyland.
Sorry.
No harm done.
But you're getting married. Forest.
You know, like those people at the mall or whatever that, you know, go into a door and then immediately stop to like look at their phone or whatever. This is Safari. People will go in a door and then just stand in front of the door. Scary.
Anyway, the current version of OpenSim is very stable compared with the early stage of it. I remember at the beginning of the Safari when every jump was a crash.
Oh,
No,
yes.
I know what you're
God.
saying. You would, and one thing is I would have to relog between jumps too. I don't have to do that. Like last time I've had to relog between going between grids is like never.
I think I was lagging there for a bit. I couldn't move. You look. I saw your moving animation, but you didn't move forward.
Hot.
Wow. Oh, James, just I want just to share with you that I found also some Candy Mambo, some article where was explained that somebody used it to mix also the music on Mambo using some external to have some virtual cable, something like that. Of course, there are some free of those tools. So
Yeah,
they were
interesting.
able-
That's
yeah, so
kind of
they
built
were,
into Mumble. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so I saw that they were describing that it is possible to have two instances of Mumble or PC. One used for your voice, okay, so you can join the voice, right? And the other also inject the music in the room. So the input, the audio input was the audio output of some other tool to stream music. And as well, I saw that it was possible to extract voice doing the reverse thing. So you can have as you can have on this second instance of Mumble the voice input connected as what it is on the room, and for the audio output the virtual channel, so you can extract the voice of the room and then use it. So think, for example, something like, I don't want to say that, but think on something like in work review. Instead to have it on Discord, you could have it on Mumble, for example. I think it's possible. Just to
Yeah.
give you a piece of example, of course, if I don't want to say that is better, but it is look like it is possible.
Yeah, I think of Mal's when he's sharing videos through his microphone, which sounds so bad. And if he could put good audio into the conversation, that would really be nice. But he just plays the videos he shares, he plays the music, and it goes out of his speakers into his microphone. That's very bad. If you have articles, you could send them to me or webpage.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, the pieces we have to copy and I share it for sure. Maybe on Discord later. It's okay.
Yes, definitely. Anytime is fine.
Okay.
Those white dragons are so pretty.
They're really cute. There are dragons.
James said it now. Ayun na mali.
It's so true.
Yeah.
there are more places to sit on this dragon than I would have imagined. Oh, am I still speaking?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. It stayed on instead of push to talk. Oh, I don't know how I did that.
What are you using as the push to talk key?
I was using the center mouse wheel.
Oh, well,
That's,
then I have no
that's what I
idea.
use on other programs. Yeah, but I must have clicked it and then switched back to Firestorm, and it just stayed. It stayed pushed. That's kind of convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not push to talk. Push it.
Right,
Stay
right.
open.
I'm breaking the rules. So, Jessica, did you right click on the dragon and choose sit?
Yeah, I just right click sat on it.
Interesting. I never know how the sit works with mesh objects, and so it's cool that it put avatars in different places.
Yeah, I have no idea how some of
Yeah,
those things
yeah.
work. It's
Yeah.
esoteric at best, like at the
Definitely.
nicest.
Yep, yep. That's the kindest thing that can be said.
Oh, that I guess I know that one. I know LSO. I can do that one too. I can sling a script.
Oh, right. Yep. Yeah, scripting is pretty good.
It just really kind of sucks because everything in LSL is very unique to LSL. The only thing that's really, exportable is just this is how programming works. Not really like how any of their functions work or what they're called or what they do. Like, it's so weird.
Right. I'm trying to follow people with the mini map, and I can't tell where they've gone. They're up higher.
I got my camera on DJ Alex. They've gone into what looks like the fairy's crystal garden.
Oh, I'm outside the build. Oh, this is very cognitively distressing.
Oops.
All right, time to cheat and teleport to somebody. Let's try Thirza. Oh. Yep. Oh, yeah. Nice. I'll join Mal on the throne. If I can camera over there. Whee. I don't know how to allow myself to talk when with, without using the push to talk button.
Back in
So
the
you
settings.
Settings here.
Yeah, I click on the microphone in the toolbar and it just mutes, but I'm already muted, so I don't understand.
In your settings, audio input, then there's a transmission section, then there's an option there where you can switch between push to talk and the audio types.
And which setting menu was that?
If you hit the gear, or I think there's also configure settings, then on the left side, the very first one, audio input, and then on the right side, the second section, for me, I've got transmission.
Transmission. Choose between voice activity, continuous, and push to talk.
Okay, thank you so much. That's perfect. It's all in the syntax. It's the terminology, right? All right, now I'm lost again. People are below.
It's huge.
It's quite big. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so many places. Okay, this way. I'm amazed people have the patience to build so much. I don't think I could. I think Mumble's working really well.
Like,
Yeah.
I was impressed from the beginning. Please consider that I used my first time Mumble. It was probably more than 10 years ago. Yeah. And
10
there
years
were-
ago.
Yeah,
Wow.
there was less feature, but it was really good from the point of view of the voice and impressive in terms of bandwidth usage and things like that. I don't think that the 3D voice was already developed, but the basic for the voice was already there. And I was really impressed using this voice. And I remember I created I installed a Mumble server at home, and then I had a talk with other friends, also in SL,
Hmm.
using it. So it's really, really good. But of course, at the time, Vivos was it was really, really stable, really usable, and so it was not. I was not thinking on how I can say a replacement for Vivox. You know what I mean. So I did some
Yeah.
experiment, and after that I say, okay, it's a good tool. Okay, if you have to play some game, it's good to have voice with the other people.
Yeah.
And okay, but not for OpenSim or other.
Well, and because it doesn't need a centralized server like Discord or Vivox, it can be very flexible for grid owners.
In fact, my experimentation at the end, the best is really that to have it really close to the architecture of the grid, so you can have it on grid basis. That is for sure the best.
Yeah.
Or less than that. Anyway, so in that
For-
way you are you have always server mumble working. You know what I mean? You cannot have that the voice disappear at all.
Right, for reliability, such a difference.
Yeah.
Okay, I've fallen through the world. Let's see, let's find Snow Buddy. Nope. Let's try Nara.
Was close to Tosca, now she is at 140.
Ah, I keep falling down.
It looks like you're at the right spot. It looks like you're at the right spot.
Okay, jump on Tosca head.
Okay, everybody's above me over here. Oh. Oh, people must have teleported, huh?
No, where you were at just like a second ago was right. This is Fantasyland.
I've gone outside of reality. I can see everybody, but I can't get to anybody. Oh, there I move forward a bit. No. Jessica, you're running in circles, it looks
Yes, basically. I'm just kind of like I'm not really sure what's going on.
I wonder if the server's
Huge
just...
control of the avatar.
Right.
I mean, I'm not having any problems that I can tell. Our
Oh.
hostess is crossing this bridge over here.
Okay.
I think
I've fallen
everybody's
through
just
the
asleep.
ground again. All right. All right, back to the clubhouse. Now let me go back to the BFD. I'm there. I've arrived. Yay.
I don't know, it's just I'm just standing by some water, I guess.
Okay.
I'm really not sure what's going on right now.
I've told Thirza that I think we need a bus. We need a safari bus to keep us all together.
Yes. And a hypergrid in bus.
Yep.
You're right.
Oh, this is pretty. I do think you see things in Open Simulator that you just don't see in Second Life, really.
Probably because Second Life is too spread out.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find things to look at in Second Life because of the size of it.
Yeah.
So, here you get to see all of the assets of Second Life, the best of the best, that have been selected and brought here for you.
Right. And Second Life is so expensive to build. And this is,
Yes.
yeah, this is wonderful. Right. Did you see the article about somebody who was playing Second Life in their Apple Vision Pro headset?
How? I don't know.
I had to
Article.
laugh because, yeah, it was just showing a 2D screen inside the headset. So it was like having a big monitor. You know, when I think of being in Second Life, I think, okay, I want to be able to use my head to turn and look. But that was not what they were describing.
That's just a
But
cop
still,
out. Because, like,
Yeah,
with a little
I thought the same.
it is available with a little bit of effort. You can do VR Firestorm. There is one.
I've heard it. I haven't been able to try it.
I tried it because I had VR for a year or so before I ended up selling it. But
Oh,
I had an index and all that, and I got the Firestorm viewer working. And in all honesty, if you made a build specifically for VR, in OpenSim, I think it would have some use. Like if you were to kind of plant an avatar somewhere and either just be looking around or maybe move around
I lost your
somewhere
voice
simply.
a second.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, that's because I stopped pushing the button that makes it so you can hear my voice.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, my short-term memory is pretty bad.
That's all right.
But yeah, whatever I was saying that.
Well, is it the scale? People in OpenSim and Second Life make buildings so large. And it was the visit last week where the woman said that they had things real sized. And of course, it felt very claustrophobic. But
Yeah.
it might look better in VR. Yeah.
I think the scale feels more when you're in VR. Me personally, though, I also build more to scale. When I build, the average Second Life
okay.
person will bump their head
Yeah, yeah.
on a door
Yep.
of mine.
Okay.
In Second
Interesting.
Life, I
Right.
run minimum height. In Second Life, min height gang.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, me too. I'm pretty short, I think, for an
but
avatar.
the zeitgeist is to be 11 heads tall superhero proportions.
Yep. Yeah, Forrest has said I need a new avatar, and I just don't know what to do.
What?
I
No,
don't
you
know how
don't.
to
Are you
choose
kidding
an
me?
avatar.
Do you like your avatar?
I do. I identify with it.
Then
That's the
it's
problem,
it's
right?
perfect. Trust me.
Yeah.
I have had many thoughts about your avatar specifically because it's very dated,
Yep.
but at this point, it's obviously on purpose, and
Right.
you don't need. You identify with it, so that's what
Right,
what
right.
matters. Like, that's a Second Life has poisoned what people think their avatars should kind of be and look like. And I'm not shaming fashionista super style because in Second Life
Right,
I have that
right.
I have those kinds of avatars too. But you can be anything. Why be the same? And then also the idea of just like you set it and forget it, when
Oh, right,
when it
right.
came out, you decided this is how I'm gonna look, and
Right.
you don't change how you look really. Like in your head, your image of yourself that you have in your head doesn't really change, especially not once you're an adult. So you're yes. So believe it or not, I've had a lot of thoughts about your avatar specifically. It makes me think.
Oh, okay. Well, do you remember? Did you know Selby Evans?
Yes,
He was
yes, that's
educator
another.
supporting.
That's another
Yeah, and
person
Kitely.
in that.
Yeah.
And he didn't he do like he ran a blog too? Didn't he do a blog?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Okay, that's that same kind
So
of thing.
much. Yep.
It was just like you just keep doing it. You just do the thing, and you just keep doing it. And the more you do the thing, you just have to. You just keep doing it. It's just crazy. These all y'all people that have just been doing it and continue to do it every day for, you know, and y'all are at least a little older than me, and been doing it every day for that long, and it's crazy. But anyway, that's my rant.
Yeah. No, I definitely hear what you're saying. And I guess in some ways people think, the virtual world is a place to be idealized, but I just haven't. I haven't idealized in the way other people have.
Yeah, it depends on what that is to
Yeah.
you. Ideal could be optimum, and I want to make sure that my avatar always loads for everybody. That way they can always see what I look like.
Yep.
Or that way I don't make
Oh,
things
yeah, and-
lag.
Yep.
Or that,
Yeah.
this is what I
Lifted
feel like
pixel
wearing.
is so recognizable, right?
Yes, that's part of the thing is that too. Because you don't have if you were to do your same style avatar but wearing, in mesh and that sort of stuff, it would not be as identifiable.
I kind of feel the same way. Yep. Yep.
But in Second Life too, I don't wear a mesh head. I did eventually adopt a
Oh, you
mesh
did?
body,
Okay.
but
Okay.
I don't wear a mesh head. I still have my face that that Ruth gave me, and it's crazy. Anyway, I've done so much thinking about Second Life and the metaverse.
Yeah. Well, in your other video programs, you have different representations there as well, and so it's I don't know. I just like the variety that we can have, and I'd like to take more advantage of that.
But there's so much to do. There are so
Yeah,
many
I know,
things
I
to do
know.
and so much to
Yeah.
learn.
Yep. Well, I'm hoping I can retire in a couple years, and then I'm going to give a lot more time to these activities.
That sounds awesome. I don't
Yeah.
think I will ever be retiring. I don't
Well,
think there will be a retirement
from-
for my generation.
Oh, right. Oh, that's true. Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, I've already steeled myself. I'm gonna have to be working some sort of job my
Oh,
whole
man.
life until
Yeah.
I'm 70 probably, just 'cause I got no retirement. And but that's, we don't need to doom and gloom that hard. We all know the world is ending.
Right. Although things may change. I mean, especially the technology industry. We may not need jobs to survive at some point, like universal basic income and universal health care could make a huge difference in so many people's lives.
Yeah, well, if we're talking about the United States, that's not going to happen anytime soon. At least not in my lifetime. So I don't think so.
know it's-
But we consider that it's changing here too. We here in Italy and in another place where we have the support for that from the state. But anyway, it is changing more and more. So they start to put some medicine that you have to pay, some other thing that you have to, some visit that you have to pay as well. What we call tickets for that, ticket for the other thing. So at the end, I think that I think that in your case you have less support than us, but it's changing here too, in the bad way. I mean,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So it's not.
Oh no, everyone sees the writing on the wall, and the people with the money are pulling up the ladders behind them, and now we're here. But hey, the metaverse is awesome and free to cheap. Even at its most expensive, it's cheap,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody gets to be here. Well, you still have to check your privilege. You still need a computer and an internet connection and a roof
Right.
over your head. But
Right.
everybody gets to be here.
Well, I'm still hopeful society might come around. It goes forward, it goes backwards, it goes forward maybe a little bit, then backwards more. And I just think we've got to be measured by how well we take care of the least of of our our people.
We're definitely in a backward swing right now.
Mm-hmm. So backwards.
Yeah, we're all like standing around in a big circle looking cool.
I like the little circle people have formed into. Little final conversation.
Oh, you can dance in the middle, James.
Oh. Do I have any dance gestures? I think I do. I wish I could get these short dances to loop. I'm sure there must be something, but no.
So I always got the funky gibbon.
That's
On
that's
acid.
perfect, Jessica. Yeah. Yep.
If you don't
A
got it,
huge band.
you gotta have it.
Yep.
There, you can have
Nice.
funky gibbon on acid.
All right, now I have to manage inventory. Let's see. Can I figure it out? Woohoo! That's awesome.
This is definitely one of the best dances on the entire grid.
Oh, wow, it's great. I love it.
It looks super cool on my avatar. But
It does.
it's also a good dance. It's a good dance in general, but it looks particularly good on my avatar.
Oh, my. Speaking of work, it's going to be back to work for me. But I love the Safari. This is great.
Yeah, when I got the spoons to be here, I definitely enjoy watching all the little I think I was talking about that at the thing. I love watching the little avatars walk around and following them around with my camera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, did you record the whole session?
Like Safari? Yeah, I usually.
Yeah, today.
Yeah, I've got it. It's streaming right now. So our
All right,
conversation's
all
been
right.
in there. So thankfully nobody
Oh,
said
okay.
anything. Nobody said anything rude. But
No, no.
yeah, usually I just stream the Safari. I don't say nothing. So that way, because even if I said anything, because people don't pay attention. So
Yeah, yeah. Do you have any live viewers right now?
no.
Okay.
Truthfully though, like I'm not really streaming it for viewers. It's mostly
Mhm.
just for
Mhm.
archiving because nobody else is.
Right.
There's no other video of Safari other than the
Excuse
ones
me.
I've recorded over the years. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep at it.
Oh, I really like it when I miss a Safari and I can watch the recording. That's really nice.
But like, I don't know. It's what I can do for the metaverse. Well, actually, I did have
Oh.
a viewer and they asked, "What's this game?" I wonder if they're
Oh,
still there.
right. What is this game? I don't know. What is life?
Unfortunately, like on YouTube, you can pick Second Life for a game, but it doesn't have OpenSim as a game. Well, it doesn't have Open Simulator as a game. It'd be funny if it had OpenSim, the muscle simulating software that we get confused with all the time. But
Oh, that's right.
it
That's
doesn't
right.
have that one either. But I don't know. Maybe that was too meta. I don't know. I think about that a lot. One
Yeah.
of these days, I'm
Is that
actually
like-
gonna install OpenSim and see how it works, just to do it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not too difficult, especially if you get like, what is it, Ferd Fredericks?
Oh no, I'm
Did
not
he
talking
do
about.
s-
I'm not talking about Open Simulator.
Oh, you're talking about the muscle simulator.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
talking about the muscle simulator. I gotta try it one of these days.
When I do OSCC, I do the website and I'm always correcting people's spelling. So I spell out Open Simulator because I know about that copyright for OpenSim. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it's still at the top of the. I'm on DuckDuckGo, and OpenSim is the other OpenSim is the one that comes up first. Still, how sad. How far until you get
Yeah.
to?
Yeah, and is this like selecting, is it kind of like Twitch? Do you select a category? And so is Second Life and OpenSim one of those choices on the stream?
Yeah, like on YouTube, when you go to set up a stream, if it's
Yeah.
a game, you can pick a game from the games list, and
I've
Second
never
Life
tried
is in
that.
there.
Okay.
Um,
I've always done nonprofit and stuff like that.
yeah. That way it at least shows up somewhere in the games, even if it's not Second Life, but whatever, as close as you can
Okay.
get.
Okay.
On Twitch, I think they recently changed it, because you were not allowed to stream Second Life on Twitch. And I
Oh.
even caught a 24-hour ban once before I knew, because I was streaming Second Life in my skybox, writing some scripts,
Okay.
and got banned because somebody must have reported me or something. But they just recently made some changes with some of their stuff, so it might not be banned anymore if you have it flagged, like as adult. Even if
Can you hear, Mom?
adult things.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I was closer, I would squeeze the life out of both
Yeah.
of you. I was so proud
And
of
World
you.
Voice just came up.
Thank you. I'm glad you liked it.
Those
All right, well, I'm
caves
going
are
to head home, I
amazing.
think.
Thank
I was
you.
telling
Back to
Secret
work. So
there,
it's great
just
chatting with
awesome.
you. Thank you, Snow. Thank
Yeah,
you.
we did a lot on them.
Thank you to support
It
this
shows.
to
It was so much
this
fun.
first
And
test
the
because it
flow
was
with
really,
the little
really nice
the
to
theme.
experiment
When
this
Secret
and to
told us what
see how it could work and to check the quality of the voice
Yeah.
and all. So
Well, I
thank
look
you
for-
so much.
I look forward to next time.
No,
Yeah,
that'll be
save
good.
the server info, so that way I don't have to scramble into my history to go find the
Yeah.
link in that one page.
Good
But
point.
yeah, so yeah, nice chatting with y'all. We'll see you next time.
Yep.
See you-
Bye-bye.
See you next time. Bye.